Adulting, adulting, adulting. I think adulting is a circle, right, of self-discovery, and we keep on learning and growing as we become adults. In today's episode, I have a couple of my friends talk about adulting and branching out, basically talking about their process and how it has been for them. My name is Precious King, and you're welcome to my YouTube series. Start with you.
Hi, my name is Sesmo. I'm a civil servant, freelance photographer, filmmaker, rapper, actor. What else?
Duo.
There's nothing I cannot do.
My name is Azuki and I do my best.
Very important.
Very
important, I do my best.
Very melody and I am a lawyer.
A lawyer, like practicing lawyer.
Yeah, corporate lawyer.
My name is Paul Rarity. I'm an artist, music artist. I do everything and I'm also doing my best. Thank you.
So, generally, right, how has this year been?
It started very high, just as any other year. But it took a deep during February. Yeah. Like the first week I was like career check, spiritual life check,
Wow.
relationship check, goes everything intact. But after like the third week, we just had that deep. Then we entered into February, the love month, and everybody started loving up, and it was like, okay, what is actually going on out here? I now realized I was not just only broke, I was single, and that was depression. In this life, you don't want to be depressed, broke and single. You don't want that pressure. But actually, this year for me, I've had a lot of high peaks. I won't even lie. I've had like my highest paying gig in music generally this year. But still, yeah, there's been a lot of very low dips. But we're just in here holding on. God is helping us. Thank you very much.
I think I'll do this question to Aziki. So, when you have low moments or in times where you don't know what to do, or sometimes you feel like you are not enough, with just that feeling of insufficiency or inadequacy, permit to say. So, how did you deal with that? Or how do you deal with that?
Feelings of inadequacy and I are like, we used to be close friends. Imposter syndrome. My sister. That's it. So I used to work. I recently just left my job. I used to work as an embryologist and a geneticist. And when I was
We are doing our best. Please say
You not talk this one when you say
thank
what
you. I'm going to say the best, average best. I'm not going to experiment, I'm the best.
An embryologist is someone who conducts IVF procedures. I left recently, but while I was working there, I always felt I wasn't enough. No matter what I did, I wasn't enough. And the thing is, when you're telling people, they're looking at you like you're crazy because they're like, oh my god, you're doing so much. Like, you're killing it. But deep down, I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. I don't feel like, no matter how much work I put in, it just feels like I'm not doing good. Like, people can't just see that I'm lucky failure, you get. But I came to realize this year that just because, for example, just because I feel like a cat doesn't necessarily mean I'm a cat. So my feelings, even though I have them, they might not be valid in some context, and they're not always true. Now, anytime I get to this point, I ask myself, Aziki, you're doing okay. How does God see you? How does God feel you? And I also take practical steps. What are the goals that I want to reach? What are the things that I'm failing at? How can I reach them? What are the things that I can't do? Because you have to admit that you can't do some things, and it has helped to cope with the inadequacies. So I'm now adequate.
Well, thank you so much, Aziki. And I think I'll throw this to Melody as well. It looks like everybody's doing this, everybody's doing that, everybody's progressing. It seems like at least you look like you have focus, must be nice, right? And then you're just there trying to figure things out. So how do you deal in that space?
This question is kind of timely because I just left my PPA yesterday. I just finished. I'm finishing NYC next week. And this question has been in my head since like, okay, so what am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? And it reminds me of like 2019 after I graduated from university. Throughout that summer, I applied for many internships. I didn't get any of them. And the people that I thought, not that I'm like proud of me, people that I thought I'm better than this person in this aspect were doing the things that I wanted to do. And so like that year, what I did was to just sleep and eat. That year, what I did was just to sleep and to eat. But the mindset that I am like taking, that I have this year is that I know I'm good at different things. Making music playlists, I like to do that. Posting music, cooking, doing things that I can do, writing. I just keep doing that on my own personal time. And somebody is bound to notice me at the point. And then that I won't also stop like applying to jobs and whatever. But I won't also like stay in a place that is not good for my mental health just because I want to be where my folks are or where my people of my age range are. And I've also learned that just because like someone is doing something does not mean that you are supposed to do that thing that person is doing, because you rush and miss your own destiny and go and be doing what someone else is doing, and then it will just backfire on you. So you just have to sit back, maybe make a list of what you are good at, and then pray about it. In the meantime, I'll just not sit down and like not doing anything like 20 minutes sleeping.
So the next question is, now I'm trying to branch out. I'm trying to figure things out on my own as an adult. And I think I'll throw this question to Uncle Cecil. So I'm trying to branch out. I'm trying to figure out my own path. I'm trying to find out what happens for me. So say for example, I just finished school and I'm adulting. I don't really know how this thing works. And I'm trying to branch out and figure out a path for myself. How do I go about this?
So I think like the first step to going about it is going about it. Like just start. So something somewhere. So like if you fail the first time, you can just call it version 1.0. The second one can be version 1.5 or 4.2. Do you understand? So just try. When you made up your mind that, oh okay, this is the sector I want to be at, try and make friends in that sector. Try and follow people on social media who are in that sector. Do you get? So that you can learn stuff, and then there's YouTube. And then try what you can do with what you have, even if you don't have like everything. For example, if for example, if you want to go into tech and maybe you studied Yoruba.
That's super.
Study Yoruba. If you now check it now, you can now start thinking of how you can start doing Yoruba for kids.
Like what more lingo?
Oh yes, exactly.
True.
So all those kind of things.
So
So maybe like, for example, if you say, oh, I studied Yoruba, how can I go to tech? You know, there are many tech people, exactly. Just, you know, before you know, things are connecting. Like, I can see a bottle water and I to the bottle water. And I see that, you know,
Water.
flow.
Exactly.
Life.
That kind of thing, do you understand? So, for anything random you get, and I feel like you can bring out stuff from anything. So, and just keep trying. If you see that, oh, so overwhelming, you can free it. Try another one. Oh, I like this one. It's easier, it's cheaper. You know, it's more. You have to go for cheap things.
Sometimes,
yes. Do you understand? Yes, exactly. So start. Exactly. Don't go overboard.
Just in addition to what he has been saying, I feel like also don't give up too easily on like a task. If you keep on living a trail of incomplete, you will actually not go anywhere. Even when you find the one that you think that is your niche, you will just be there. People will employ you. You find it difficult to finish up on tasks. So build a culture of discipline.
I remember starting like I started my YouTube channel. I didn't have Jack. It was only, don't tell anyone, but it's only the shirt I was wearing that was my own. Every last time, collaborate.
Hey, there's borrowing, collaborate. Come on.
I collaborated with the owner of the softbox, and you know, I don't want to say borrow, but we collaborated. We got the softbox, got everything, and And like Melody said, it's fine. You can start small, but you don't have to remain there.
I have lights in my house, and I wanted to do Tiger Nuts. I went to Chidima and Chioma's house.
Collaboration! Collaboration. We say, oh, it's adulting as scary as it seems. Adulting is scam. How do I deal? I don't know how to go about it. What would be your advice to that person for Rarity or to
I think we've actually been hitting on it. Just start where you are. Start where you are. It is okay to be clueless. That's somewhere to start from. You don't.
African parents don't agree.
No, of course.
That's why
Can't be
many
coolest
people
in this
that
house.
scammed now.
Exactly. But it's okay. Like at least you now know you are clueless. So what can we do about it?
Let's start from there.
Exactly.
Let's start from the known to the unknown.
I'm telling
Exactly.
you.
So for me, I always advise people to like serve under somebody. Like
That's good.
build something with somebody till you find your own thing. Build something with somebody you feel you're attracted to. Like you have interest in something, then just help somebody build their own thing. You'll find your thing. It does not necessarily have to be what that person is doing, but exactly you definitely find your own thing. Some days I'm just like, I'm just all alone in this world. Just a very small boy just trying to live this life. Like I don't want to make this decision for myself, but I have to make the decision for myself because I'm an adult. So at the end of the day, I'm a whole God.
With the whole spiritual and God part. So because we know that God is our source, and some people God don't be their source.
No man.
Juju.
Do you understand? So whether you like it or not, there's how would I put it now? There's a force that controls things that you can't control. There are many people that they don't even want to pray for job. How much am I paying to get this job? What am I doing to get this money to get this job? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So something must drive you. The beginning and the end of our faith is in our Savior and Hallelujah. So we choose that, and even in the midst of the craziness, we understand that God can't fail me. You understand? So even though it's looking hard at this point, I know that I'm still coming out victorious. There's a verse that says, fear not, you face tribulations, but fear not, and overcome the world. Hallelujah!
She's really doing her best.
I'm biologist.
She's doing her best.
I'm biologist.
Best of best now.
So yeah, the verse she said. So it says, fear not because I've overcome the world. One day I call reason and say, so this world when they face like this, are the one when they don't overcome. This world is the one when they never overcome. My brother, where can I manage this one? Where can I rock this one? Say thank you. Just don't get overwhelmed. You get stay purposeful. Be deliberate. See, like don't just slide into it, because once you enter and say, oh my God, if you just go kill yourself. When we're growing up, we're thinking, adulthood.
That's my own. I wanted to think about things. I wanted to not be about things inside her room. And then when I grow up, I'll buy my own about things.
But now how much be about things? Do you get? Exactly. So you just have to just wing it every day, man. Every single day. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. What would be your advice to someone that, I don't know what to do with my life for the next 5 years?
First, I want you to know that
Don't
I don't know.
You and me both.
You and me both. So you see, I just said embryology genetics. I've left 5-year plan. I don't have. But on a serious note, I used to have a plan.
Yes.
5 years. Direct. I used to have a plan before I left school. So I pursued it and everything, and then I now became a believer. Because before I was just joking. So I became a believer and I started to hear from God, and I heard God say, "Don't leave that job." I said, "Sir, I can't." But I trusted Him. I left it. I got another job. It's still this another job that I've gotten. I still heard, leave that one, and I'm like, it seems like this 5 years, the mistake is the plan. The 5-year plan I keep making, that's the mistake. So the advice I'll have for you is, one, trust God. If you're not a believer, I honestly don't know who you can trust. You can still trust God, you get. But if you're not a believer and you don't have God, I really don't know how to help you. But if you're interested in trusting God, do that. And for believers, trust God. I know it's the most cliche thing that everybody says, but it's the truth. And it's better you know it now than to learn it the hard way.
Yeah.
And if you are someone like me who is, I don't mean to boast, but very skilled, who has a lot of interests.
Yeah, exactly. You got it confused.
Yes, you're now confused.
Yes.
Sit down, make list. That's it. Right. Carry Bible. Sit down. Right. What are the most achievable ones? Who are the people that I know that I can speak to help me? Yes. What's my community like? What's like? What are the ones that I can get to now? You get and what are the ones that I have tools for? What are the ones that I can gain the tools in the next year? What are the soft skills I can learn? You get, just sit down, talk to people also. Don't hold things in. I remember failing in school and I was so sad. My mother was like, oh, I failed too. I'm like, if you fail that, then everything is okay. For my mother to fail, everything is okay. Do you get? And then that was my biggest problem. I'm like, speak to people and share your fears and pray. Prayer works. As much as people don't like to pray, it works. Don't compare yourself with others. I mean, we've heard the story of the KFC guy, and KFC is really nice chicken, who started his life out when he was 60. You get? He might have been frying, other people might have been frying chicken, probably normal chicken, you get. But they all didn't blow like KFC guys. So when he was 60, like chicken finally blew, you get.
Your time is coming.
I'm not saying that you blow it at 60. I don't know if that's God's plan for you.
Yeah.
But don't try to compare yourself with others. Everybody has a different path. So
You are in your parents' house.
Yeah.
Because rent is covered. Rent is I'm surprised with dining table.
Please try and compromise with the parents.
Yeah.
I'm just, they're not abusing you.
Yes.
Try and stay there. If they're abusing you, find a community.
God will help you.
God, yes. Actually, God will help you.
Actually.
But if your parents are nice and all they are telling you to do is come back at a certain time or do this, do that, stay in the house.
Calm down.
And then
Calm down.
they are giving you allowance of money. Save, my dear. Save. Invest. It's just save. Because that's all I can say.
God will be your savior.
Community is very important in the field that you want to participate in. In the field you want to participate in, you have to branch out, but like move out and find people that you can work under. Make friends people in church. Don't be one of the people that once church service is over, run back to your house. Because when people are assets, when you make friends, know people, there's someone there that can be your helper. Do you understand? There's someone there that can be your helper. You too, you will not just be the type to just be taking. Have something of value so that you won't be a parasite. Let it be a symbiotic relationship.
Symbiotic.
Make friends, both young people and old people, and communicate. My mom always says that this our generation, we don't give priority to keeping in contact. The reason why I'm in Abuja right now is because of friendship that her family has maintained since like the 60s. So in our own generation, everybody is ghosting. How are we going to keep contact? How are we going to help our own children in the future if people are ghosting each other and not keeping in contact? So reach out to people, ask them how they are doing. So it's not the only when you want something that you're now going to meet people. You are the type that is in public university and they are doing ASU strike. You can take free courses on Coursera. You can go and learn a skill. Go and learn how to sew. Go and how to barb hair, cooking, and like it sounds funny, but like they are luxury barbers. They are barbers and then they are barbers. Everything you do, just be excellent and don't give up. Stay in your parents' house.
Let me just chip in something. So I feel like one problem we have, especially in this country, is we don't really have like dignity of labor.
Yes.
So people feel like, how would you do Uber? Which can't be done?
Lies. Uber bar getting rich.
When you never even get motor. You never even get motor. You know, Sometimes they
Shame
have.
me, bro,
You
shame me.
understand? So people feel like, oh, there's
Those
some
are the things
things.
that get money.
There are some things I can't do. So of course, like in terms of whether it's crime and stuff, of course you shouldn't do crime
It's
I
crime.
mean,
because it's crime. Yeah. But you can start quote unquote dirty in terms of
Started from the bottom, now we up.
On the
Exactly.
benches. On the
Started from the
benches.
trenches, now we
Exactly.
up.
Don't say, oh, this one is this too. Sometimes some things can be unpaid.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Most times, my
Yes,
Most you do get
That's how for good are exploitative.
yes,
Of course, of
you
course.
just you take notes because there are definitely some things you do for free.
The street is
You know how many free shoot I don't do for
You abuse relationships.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and abuse relationships. So you don't just listen to what people say on Twitter or
At
videos.
that standards will lead you astray.
There's something I've come to understand with this generation. Everybody's putting up an act. Everybody feel like they know what they're doing, but trust me,
No.
when you do something and like you put your full chest out there, people will come behind you. A lot of times we feel like we don't want to do it because people like this, you know. More people they find what they go like. You don't understand? Like people
Yeah.
are actually looking for something.
Yeah.
Direct
Why?
them.
Exactly,
Direct them to what
exactly.
they should like.
And
People
okay,
don't know
so
what they like.
if you feel you have something you want to do now, but you're scared, you've never done it before. There is no better time to fail than now. If you fail now, you will learn it tomorrow. Exactly. If you fail tomorrow, if you don't fail today, now why you gonna fail tomorrow?
Maybe failure today.
Exactly.
This is why you
Don't fail
can't.
now. Don't mirror your life according to your faves. Or like in line with your faves. Because some days your faves are not even their faves. You can actually pick things and choose things you want from people you actually look up to, which is very good. Like you have to do it. But don't say, okay, my fave at 13, he was this at when you will die before your time. You are not your fave's face.
Your destiny is not your destiny.
Exactly. So you just have to live your own life the way you can do it. And please don't forget, fail now, like this.
You guys are really wise. Like,
You can try,
we said we're talking.
Now we
oh. Imagine.
Alright, so thank you so much guys for watching. Please don't forget to follow your face.
Help us. Help us.
Alright.
Ground.
Please, I'll see you guys in my next episode. Bye.